All right, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? Thanks for coming out to my crazy live stream. I definitely appreciate it. I hope everybody's awesome. We're just about ready to get this thing started here, so everybody hold tight. We are almost ready. Okay, I think I'm a little. Hold on a second. I did make a couple of adjustments. What is this? Frontier open. All right. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. All right. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. All right. Now I think I'm at the right volume. So I think that's where I want to be right there. That should be good. All right. So how's everybody's day going? We're going to try and race Jack Supra today. Let me find Jack Supra. Slapjacks. Let's just type in slap. It's now working. Hold on a second. Here we go. I don't really have any fusion parts for this thing. I didn't realize when I bought this, it does not use normal fusion parts, guys. It uses Fast and Furious fusion parts, and well, that sucks, in my opinion. Yeah, that's good right there. But yeah, we gotta have Fast and Furious parts for this thing. Which sucks. So I put it on the low upgrade setup. It seems to be okay, but I mean I knew the stage 6 parts were gonna be hard to get for this, but I did not realize that the stage 5 parts were gonna be hard to get for this. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. Do I have that? That's a universal. No, I don't want to put... I mean, I could, but... I'm not really interested in doing that, however. Fit rare universal? No, I don't want to do that, so... We're going to tune it and try and run it like this. I mean, we do have over 1,000 Evo points, so it is still live race. How well it's going to live race, we'll find out. I think it's going to do okay, to tell you the truth, but we'll give it a go. I got a couple of fusions on it. 12.6, 12.9. Alright, so let's go for the highest Evo. We want to make sure we're over 1,000. Alright, so we're going to go for the 12.6 lobby, I think. $43, so yeah, we may not... 38... 638, 641. Yeah, that's about the best we're going to get today. So we should probably be in the 12.6 lobby today with this thing. We'll give it a go. We're going to try it and see what happens. Alright, let's pin this message here. Alright, I need to start our cruise wild card. What's up, Melon? What's up, William D? What's up, Ryan? What's up, Andy Style? We got Stacks in the house. JP, what's up, my man? So let me start our wild card up, and then we're going to get this thing ready to rock and roll. So our wild card is activated, ba-bam. There we go. Everybody's got these interesting looking Honda Civics. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. William D said, but I was off work, so free time. Alright, so I guess we're gonna go ahead and do it to it and see what happens, guys. Maybe you guys can find me in the live racing lobby. I don't know, but we're gonna give it a try and see how she goes. I mean, I'd imagine it's probably gonna go pretty well, but then again, not sure. Of course, they're adding more pop-ups into the game, which drives me nuts. More pop-ups, guys and gals. More pop-ups. I'm sure everybody's super happy about even more pop-ups. They're my favorite. Not really. Alright, let's see if we can beat this Lexus. If I can beat this Lexus, we know this car is going to do okay without any fusion parts, or with very few fusion parts. Alright, let's find out. 3, 2, 1... go. It does shift really fast on this setup. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Now, I will say that I did a bad shift there, so. William D, I agree. Making the fusion parts that specific is a bad idea. Alright, so that was, I had a couple of bad shifts there. That was my fault. That was my fault that I lost that one. So I need to get used to how quickly this thing shifts gears. Alright, come on, Mr. Black. What is that? S, you know, the thing, the S thing. The S thingy, whatever you want to call it. S15. Yeah, Sylvia. It's one of them days today. The Sylvia S15. There we go. Now I got it. Now I got it. I don't think that was a Sylvia, was it? I don't know what it was. I'm an idiot. Anyways, it's one of them days. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so that was a little bit better. Let's see if we win this one. That one's gonna beat me too, so. I don't think this car really likes this tune, so this may not work out very well. This may not work out very well at all. Now, it's kind of funny that yesterday I did a couple of races with it before I installed the Stage 5 parts, and it was actually doing better. So the Stage 5 body and Stage 6 transmission without any fusions might be making it run worse. But no, I was really upset when I realized I didn't have any fusion parts for this thing. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. It's like, you gotta be kidding me here. And I'm not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that at all. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. I kind of feel like I wasted my money on it, to tell you the truth. All right. 12.7. Yeah, this car is not running well. Oh, man. At least I was able to beat that guy. JP says, wait, really? The event is going now? Which event? The Lamborghini one? It's on the map, yes. There is a Lamborghini event on the map right now for the Terminarello. Oh, there's one right there, I think. The Terminario. I don't know how to pronounce these car names, guys. I'm terrible. I'm terrible at pronouncing car names. But 3, 2, 1, go. Second, third, nitrous. Fourth. Yeah, this car is shifting a little bit too fast for my likings. Hey, we got a win. Sweet. Is the Z Proto good enough for Tempest 3? I mean, if you get enough parts on it, it should do you pretty well. One thing we figured out is most, not all, but most tier 3 cars are going to be fast enough to beat Tempest. Like, there's a whole huge list of cars. If I remember correctly, that one's going to be fast enough. Now, I do have a video that goes over the car. You might want to go check it out and double check, because I don't remember that much about the Z Proto, but I know I did make a video on it. I think it was on the list of cars that will beat Tempest, if I remember correctly, but it is a tier 3 car, so tier 3 cars unfortunately are not the best. There I got in the 12.7s. That was horrible. So one thing about tier 3 cars, honestly, I would just get the Mustang. I would buy the Mustang out of the dealership. If you're willing to put a couple of elite tokens into it, you can just buy and strip, buy and strip, buy and strip to get parts, throw a couple of elite tokens in there, and bam, that Mustang is going to be the easiest for everybody, in my opinion. You can buy it out of the dealership and it's going to work great, so. Alright, so there my launch did not work and my nitrous button did not work, so. My car malfunctioned. JP, I'm not sure if it's the only 5-star tier 3 car. I really don't know. I'm not sure. I think we have some more. I think we have more than one 5-star tier 3 car though. Pretty sure. I would have to look, but I do remember there being other cars in tier 3 that have 4 and 5 stars. I think there's a couple of gold and purple star cars that have 5 stars in tier 3. Alright, is this one of you guys here? I'm guessing it probably is. Yeah, the Mustang, that's a 5-star car. That Mustang they gave us. I'm pretty sure there was a 5-star BMW if I remember correctly. I think there's a couple. I'd have to go through and look, but I actually don't pay very much attention to tier 3 cars because I don't like them and most people probably don't like them. Lucas says, any tips for a beginner in tier 3? Alright, so just know nobody really likes tier 3 cars. Tier 3 cars are just kind of so-so for the most part. There's a couple of good ones in the game, but I would just, like I was saying a second ago, just go buy the Mustang. Just go buy the Mustang for tier 3. That car will do you very well to get started off with in tier 3. But one thing about this game is you do not want to be in a big rush, right? You want to take it easily, do everything slowly. Just do things at your own pace and you'll have a much better time in life. 3, 2, 1, go. Second, third, nitrous. Fourth, fifth, sixth. But yeah, I mean, back when I first started this game, I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah, this car is not performing well without the fusion parts. But, eventually I figured out how to do things, but I made a lot of mistakes mainly because I was trying to get everything done really fast and I was trying to rush through things before my account was actually ready. And well, I probably could have had a lot easier time if I would have just been a little more patient and tried to take some things a little more slowly. Siam Plays, hello, how are you today? Slick, how's your day going, man? I hope your day is going good. Alright, there's a whole bunch of bots. Alright. EKT has disconnected. Alright, Lucas said I watched your tips for beginners and I started to save my keys. That's awesome, actually. It kind of sucks having to save keys, but in the long run, it'll definitely help you out. It'll be good in the long run. All right, come on. You got to be able to get this one. Come on, come on. Oh, man. I think I lost. Poops. Poops. Yeah, this car is not cutting the mustard, guys. This car is not cutting the mustard for live racing, unfortunately. I might change it back to the way I had it. It was actually doing better the way I had it yesterday. I don't think any of you guys are in here, so I'm going to back out of this. We're going to change lobbies because this is not working. Slick says it's going. Glad you enjoy the streams. That is for sure, Slick. Green Viper, this car is just, well, if I change the tune, then I lose my Evo points, and that doesn't work out. Let me put the stage 4 and body and transmission back on because it seemed to be doing better, surprisingly. It seemed to like the stage 4 parts better. So let's go back to the way I had it yesterday. Will probably be like a 1/10 of a second slower or something like that, but let me go ahead and tune it again. But yeah, the car is not hitting the dyno time. There I got a 12.7. 12.9. 12.8. I think we want to go for a 12.8 lobby. Alright, so we're going to be in the 12.8. So we're going up like a 1/10 of a second. So that should actually be a big improvement on this car. Like, it's surprising. I thought the stage 5 parts would actually make it better, but when you don't have a lot of fusion parts in the car, sometimes they can perform very strangely. What about a Viper? Try to use WEC. Winpu, what is WEC? Try to use WEC to get fusions for this Supra. WEC. I have no idea what that is. Alright. Where am I at? What's the fastest car in the game? Herbert, right now the Honda Indy truck is the first fastest car in the game. And the second is the brand new car that just came out for Legends Revival, which is that Mustang. The Legends Revival Mustang is the second fastest car in the game. Now what's interesting is I think this car is going to perform very differently now that I've changed the parts around a little bit. Yeah, weekly Elite Cup's great, but the weekly Elite Cup can be great. But yeah, I'm not very good with abbreviations for some reason. They always mess me up. I suck at abbreviations. All right, we got. Hold on a second. We got Slapjack versus Dom Toretto here. All right. The car even shifts better like this. The car actually does decent on this setup right here. This is going to be a close race, but I think we got it. Yeah, we got it. I ran almost exactly 12.8. He ran a little bit slower, so that worked out pretty good. But it's easier to hit the dyno time with this setup compared to the last one. How many silver keys do I have? I don't know. I think last time I looked, I had around 10,000 maybe. I mean, I spend them, I get them, I spend them, I get them. So I don't really look at them every day, but I know I was up to like 12,000 at one point, then I spent a bunch, and then I probably gained some more, and then probably spent some more. So I would say between 8 and 10,000 right now is probably where I'm at. But the thing is, a lot of the times, I've already got the Prestige Cup car nowadays, so that's allowed me to save a lot of extra keys over the years. Now, as a new player, when you weren't getting the milestone prize cars, pretty much every single Prestige Cup car I had to open crates to get it. But once you join a milestone prize crew, you actually have a lot of those Prestige Cup cars already, so you don't have to spend your keys at that point, which is a big help in the game. Oh no, we disconnected. Is this one of you guys here? I'm not sure. We'll find out. I'll give him a win. And then I'll challenge him back and see if he wants to swap. But yeah, this may or may not be one of you guys. I'm not sure. Oop, I don't have it on live chat, so I might have missed some people's comments here. What's up, Silent? Did I buy the Supra? Yes. Yes, I did, and I kind of regret it because it uses Fast and Furious fusion parts. JP, yeah, I saw you there. I don't know what happened. I guess we disconnected, but... Oh, there's JP again. I like this Supra a lot, but... Luckily, I think I found a setup that will kind of work without many fusion parts, so it'll probably do okay. I think it was your turn to win, so let me slow down. Pretty sure it was your turn to win. I mean, I don't mind spending 15, 20 bucks here and there on a car that I like, you know? But I just can't believe it doesn't use Toyota fusion parts. I mean, to me, that is very rotten. But 3, 2, 1, go. It's a really cool car if you can get parts for it. That's the thing. Can you get parts for it? Well, if your answer is no, then you can kind of do okay with it. Slick says, that's some bull crap. Yeah, it kind of is, unfortunately. Kind of is. Silent, how's your day going? Hope your day is going good. Alright. You were in the DTC crew, Slick? I've only really ever been in one crew on this game, to tell you the truth. I was actually in two, but the first one doesn't count. So the first one I joined, there was me and one other guy playing, so I was in that for about a week. Once I realized nobody else in the crew was playing, I left and I joined the one that I'm in now, so. I've been in the same crew for over 8 years. Which is crazy. That's a really long time. Alright, JP is disconnected again. But I do like this car, even if it's in a slow lobby. I do like this car, so I mean, I guess it was worth the money, but barely. Barely. How to get the Indy. Herbert, what Mustang you're trying to get? The ID Mustang? Which one are you looking for? I don't know which Mustang you're referring to. There's a lot of Mustangs in the game. But I'm actually amazed I found a crew that I liked so quickly. Slick was in a crappy crew. Yeah, I imagine most people's first crew is probably a bad one. I mean, there's so many crews out there, but finding one that you like is a different story. How do you get the fastest car in the game? Alright, so most cars in the game are not always available. Alright, so the Honda Indy truck is a purple star car, so you kind of have to wait till they feature that in an event or put it in the race pass or something like that again. Currently, there's no way to get that vehicle. So the Indy truck is one of those deals where they've brought it out a few times, and you're going to have to wait till they bring it out again. Now, the second fastest car in the game, the Legends Mustang, you actually have to finish the first set of Legends events, and then you'll start something called Legends Revival. And when you start Legends Revival, they give you that Mustang for free, but you got to restore the car and add all the parts to it and everything else. So it's a whole ordeal to get that. Now, Golden Star cars, you can get any Golden Star car anytime out of crates. I mean, the good cars are not likely to drop out of crates easily, so that's something you have to keep in mind. But any Golden Star car can come out of a crate. Purple Star cars are either paid cars that were sold with real money, or you had to win it from a showdown or some sort of event at some time. So Purple Star cars are very rare and hard to get. There's G Money. Now with over 1,000 cars in the game, trying to get the Golden Star car you want out of a crate is almost impossible, unless there's like a 10x chance and that's being featured. Alright, let's race mountain biking. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Second, third, fourth. Oh, I did not do what I wanted to do. I wanted to go into fourth gear. I haven't tried that yet. I was interested to see how fast it ran if I went second, third, fourth nitrous. Oh yeah, William D says purple star cars also cost real money to upgrade. Yeah, when a car has purple stars, it costs money to open the parts crates for that car. Which is kind of a bummer. Green Viper said my Indy truck is slower than my GT350. My Indy truck is one stage part, 6 part away from being maxed out, so it's really close. Once I buy this season's race pass, I'll probably install that stage 6 part on it and max it out. Alright, let's see what that does. I want to see what that runs. I do 2, 3, 4 nitrous. I'm just curious if that's going to be faster or slower. My stream is laggy. Sleepy, how's it going? Anybody else seeing a laggy stream? Because it's running smoothly for me. That ran at 12.8. So we should be in the 12.8 lobby, I do believe. Dino is right at 12.8. Stacks, what do you got there? That's a cool looking car from what I can see from the thumbnail. What is that, the Pontiac? Ah. I like it. I like the black and red together. It just looks really nice for some reason. The Himikuda. That was not quite the Pontiac I thought it was, but pretty close. Sorta. Not really. But that looks good. Those colors go very well together. All right. Canberg, how's it going? He says, nah, the stream is okay. Sleepy, how's your day? I appreciate all you guys coming out to the live stream. Thank you for coming out. I hope everybody is doing well. And all is good in the neighborhood. I know I'm cheesy, right? I'm cheesy. Hey, look, he's got a license plate on the front of his car. I don't think I've ever seen one with a license plate on the front before. I've never noticed that. Maybe that's a thing, but I don't think I've ever seen a car with a front license plate in this game. Either that or I just haven't been paying attention for the last 8 years. I'm not very observant, honestly. If I'm not really looking for something, I'm one of those people that often doesn't notice it. Pretty good chance I just haven't been paying attention. But I don't know why, but I think that's interesting that that has a front license plate. EKT says, did you upgrade any of the... No, I didn't upgrade anything other than this. I don't really know if those cars in that bundle are worth your time or not, honestly. Goku Vegeta, what's up, my man? Did I change my name a couple months ago? I did. There's a lot of people running around named Danny Lightning on this game, so I figured I would actually change it to something else. There's a bunch of Danny Lightning impersonators out there. 3, 2, 1, go. Right there. Wait, is it my turn to... I don't think it is. I think I'm supposed to slow down. Alright, William D posted a link to our recruitment room on the Line app. if anybody would like to join. If you got the Line app and you want to maybe join my crew at some point in time, check that out. Check that out right there. We're about to do it to it. We're about to go run down the racetrack. Check this out. Check this out. 3, 2, 1, go. Second nitrous. All right. I let go of the gas a little bit earlier than normal. Let's see if it beats the dyno. Nope. Is the Z Proto a good car to elite? Not really. That would not be one of my choices to elite. I mean, I will say this though. All right, when you're eliting a tier 3 car, there's only a couple of tier 3 cars that are actually worth eliting. And more than likely, even if you do elite a good tier 3 car, you're probably not going to use it very often. I think the tier 4 and the tier 5 cars are mainly where you really need to make sure you're eliting good cars. I mean, tier 3 and tier 4 cars, that's where it's at when it comes to live racing and earning good points. But I don't think I would elite that car. I mean, if you just need to get through it right now, and you're not too worried about it, go for it, but I don't think it's your best bet. Silent. Well, alright, so you're talking about our ranks? That means he probably spends a lot more time playing per day than I do. The amount of time you spend playing per day determines how fast you're going to rank up. 3, 2, 1, go. Now, I used to spend probably 2-3 hours a day on this game every day. But eventually it got to the point where if I start playing too much, I get kind of burnt out and start getting kind of sick of playing. So when it gets to that point, you don't want to burn yourself out if you enjoy a game. So sometimes you gotta cut back the amount of time you spend on something. Like they say, too much of a good thing turns out to be a bad thing. So I don't want to get sick of the game. I don't want it to feel like a big giant chore to log on and be like, oh, I gotta play CSR Racing today. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think we're in the 12.8 lobby, guys. Stacks. Good swaps, my man. I'm guessing you're not challenging me back. Thank you and great swaps. I appreciate it. All right. I got a question for you guys. Does my voice sound better than normal today? I tried to do something to cut out any room resonance with an EQ. So I'm wondering if anybody notices a difference. Like every room has different acoustics and some rooms have, some rooms or some microphones will pick up unwanted resonating frequencies in different spots. So last night I took a few minutes to find where those frequencies were and EQ them out. So I'm just wondering if anybody notices a difference. I don't know why I didn't do that a long time ago, but my live streaming setup is in a different part of the room when I can record my videos, and for some reason this part of the room gets a more unwanted resonance when the microphone's over on this side than the other. But I can definitely hear a difference when I play back in my headphones. Now, what headphones you're listening on, or, you know, if you're listening on a phone speaker or some like basic headphones or something, certain things may not be as easy to hear. If you're listening on like a more detailed set of headphones or something, you should probably hear some differences, but what you listen on makes a big difference as well. Now, if you were listening on like a set of studio monitors, that would be you would hear some huge differences. William D says, on my phone, you sound the same. Yeah. If you're on a phone speaker, you probably won't hear much of a difference. I actually enjoy playing around with audio plugins and whatnot. Yeah, JP's also been playing for 8 years, he said. But yeah, there's a lot of us, you know, there's a lot of us who have been around since the game started or close to it. Green Viper says, how do you get burned out in this game? You spend too much time doing anything, you're probably going to get burnt out on it. I mean, it's a very repetitive game. I mean, it's launch, shift, 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 shift. Launch, shift, 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 shift. Launch, shift, 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 shift. I mean, that's all you do for hours on end. I mean, that gets a little bit repetitive. Stacks have been playing for 6 years. Alright, KB wants to know, what is my dream car? Well, if I could have any car in the entire world, it would be some sort of a tuner. You know, a little tuner, I don't know, man, I hate to say it, but a old school Civic hatchback. In yellow. I'm talking like a, you know, like 1989, 1990s Civic hatchback, or maybe even the body style that came after that. Maybe no, there was one Civic hatchback I didn't like. I can't remember what year it was, but I love old school Civic hatchbacks. I love hatchbacks in general. But, you know, I could say, give me a Porsche or give me a Ferrari, but the parts would be crazy expensive, the gas, the car insurance, it would all be ridiculous. So for your average person, you gotta be realistic, right? For me and my crappy little income, I could afford the car insurance on a souped up Honda Civic. I can't afford the car insurance on a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a Bugatti or a, you know, something else, so. A lot of people think because I have a lot of subscribers on the YouTube, I'm making a fortune, but I mean, 1,000 views on YouTube is like $2, right? I post a video, it gets 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 views. That's a couple dollars per video. So, you know, YouTubers that aren't getting millions of views per month are not making a lot of money. my little income sucks, so, you know. You could give me a Ferrari. You could give me a Ferrari and, well, you know, I probably couldn't afford the car insurance. It would be cool to have one, but, you know. Green Viper said, what? Vegas and Gremlins? What's that? Slick says, I bet you're able to do more events for me. Not normally. I hardly do any events, honestly. Most of the time, either I don't have the cars, or if I do, they're not upgraded. I can't dump 40 million game cash into some cars every time there's an event. I would be out of game cash in no time, so I skip almost all of the events. Anybody who's free to play or cheap to play has to skip the majority of the events. Oh, hatchbacks? Oh, Vegas and Gremlins. For some reason, I thought those were the names of people. You're talking about the cars. Gotcha. No, I don't really like Vegas or Gremlins that much. I like Civic hatchbacks. I like Civic hatchbacks a lot. I like, what other hatchbacks do I like? There was a couple of other hatchbacks I liked, but I can't think of them offhand. I don't know. I can't, I'm having a brain fart here. Goku says, what happened to Max? Max is just really busy all the time. Like, really, really, really busy. You know, between work, getting the dog, and everything else, the man has very little time for himself, so. Oh yeah, GTIs. Love GTIs. GTI hatchbacks were amazing. Slick said, did you ever buy in-game cash? No, it's so overpriced. It's ridiculous. You know, if they made an affordable deal where you got like a couple million game cash for like $5 or $10, maybe. But most of the things they're selling in this game are crazy overpriced. When it comes to like keys and resources and all that stuff, the prices are just, you get very little for your money. It's not worth it to me. But yeah, if they did like 7 million game cash for $10, I might buy that every once in a while, but is the Cobra a good car to Elite? The Cobra. Are you talking about the Legends car? I'm not really sure which Cobra you're referring to, but honestly, the best cars to Elite are the ones that are good at live racing. So if you notice you have a car that's doing excellent at live racing, you got it set up really well, it's winning live race after live race after live race, and it continues to do so, at that point, you know you have a car that might be worth making Elite. Green Viper said, I noticed we've been losing a lot of players to wives. Oh gosh. What, the wives are making them stop playing? The Shelby Cobra. One thing about this game though is like there are a lot of cars that will not live race well, and there's a lot that will. But good live racing cars, that's really what you want to focus on when you're choosing cars to elite. But in my opinion, I used to think a little bit differently about this, but in my opinion, Tier 1, nobody really live races Tier 1 unless they have to. Nobody really live races Tier 2 unless they have to, and nobody really live races Tier 3 unless they have to. But Tier 4 and Tier 5, you know, that's where you get all the respect points. That's where you make the good game cash for winning. So most people are going to be focused on Tier 5 cars, and some people are going to be focused on Tier 4 cars for live racing. So that's where it really matters when you're making your elite decisions. Now it is really nice to at least have one good Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 live racing car elated in my opinion, but you don't have to. But you probably should. Alright, I think we're going to go back out to the lobby and give somebody else a chance to race. Good swaps, good swaps. Thank you for the swaps. Slick says, yeah, the last Prestige Cup car, the Audi we just had, that thing was a beast. Last season's Audi, that's a good car. Alright, we got Nando. Nando Tech. That is a cool looking Charger right there. 3, 2, 1, go. Is it just me, or should the underglow on this car be orange instead of green? Oh, he got me! Ouch, he got me! Wait, Green Viper, you're using a Boss Mustang and you're going against Tier 5 cars? What in the world? Are they real players or are they bots? Probably bots, right? The Tier 1 Mini Cooper? No, unfortunately, that's not a good car. It's fine. I mean, it's okay. You know, it's probably not going to win too many live races, but it's a Tier 1 car, so, you know, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Now, back when I did my elite license, I didn't know any better, right? I started playing the game, nobody could answer any of the questions I had. I didn't really know what was good, what wasn't, how things worked, so I chose a bunch of really crappy cars to elite, and I made a lot of mistakes. But if I could elite any Tier 1 car, I would say the 1-star GTI is good, or the Civic VTEC, the 1.5 Civic VTEC, and Snick's Ford Focus Trackster. Those are the 3 cars I would probably look at eliting in Tier 1. In Tier 2, I would definitely go with the Porsche Boxster. I would probably go for the Volkswagen Rocket Bunny GTI and the Rocket Bunny Miata. Those are the Tier 2 cars I would wait till I got for eliting. In Tier 3, I'm not really sure what I would elite, honestly. In Tier 3, I would probably elite one of those newer BMWs we got. In Tier 4, man, Tier 4 and Tier 5, I would have a really hard time deciding what to make elite, but it would probably be mainly elite tuners cars because they usually get bigger respect point bonuses. Legends cars or elite tuners cars are going to be, if a Legends car or an elite tuner car has a good live racing setup, and not all of them do, but if you find one that does, those are going to earn a big, huge amount of respect points. So those are some of the best cars you can run. But that's the thing, not all of them do have good live racing setups. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them out there. You also got to figure out which cars do you enjoy driving, because let's just say a car is really good but you don't like driving it. That's probably not worth making elite either. Hey Zach, how you doing? He says, the green for me is a nightmare. The green's the easiest to get. The green and the blues are really easy to get. I mean, nothing in this game is acquirable quickly for the most part. You gotta have patience, right? You gotta have a bunch of patience. I don't think I was paying attention to the swaps, Nando. I'm sorry. I was busy yapping and reading the chat. I hope I'm not making you run faster than you should be or something, because I suck. Okay. Sleepy says the GR Supra is crazy annoying to upgrade. Now for me, I got the GR Supra done pretty quickly. I ran a lot of Showdown races and I did the event for it. And originally the Elite Customs tokens came out before the Elite Tuners cars, and I didn't put too many of those tokens into my Legends cars or my Elite Customs cars. Therefore, I had a bunch of them saved up already when the Supra came out. So I got mine done pretty fast. Now when I got the Mark IV Supra, it took me 6 months to fully elite the Mark IV Supra. So that was a pain. Right now I'm trying to elite that dumb Shelby Mustang, and that's a pain in the butt as well. The Mustang's a pain in my buttocks. A big giant pain in my buttocks. You know, maybe I'm weird, but I don't love the way Mark V Supras look unless you have a body kit on them. Then I think they look nice. I don't know if anybody else feels the same way, but I've never been a fan of them unless you got a body kit on it. Maybe I'm crazy. Zach's only got 500 green. You must have spent a bunch of the green ones because they add up a lot faster than the others. Herbert says thank you for something. Whatever it was, you're welcome. I'm not sure which thing you're saying thank you for, but you are welcome. I don't know why, but I like this Mark V Supra in gray. I don't normally like gray cars on this game, but that looks good on that car. Slick says something's not going to come back. Slick says 2,000 more pings to get my Honda to Elite 45. It takes so long to save up those pink ones. I mean, you gotta Showdown like crazy. You gotta run about 10 million Showdowns. Oh my god, it's already 87 degrees outside. It's supposed to be in the high 90s today, so it's gonna be a warm one, that's for sure. I'm out of gas. I need to pee. I'm gonna take a quick break because I need to pee. I'm sorry, but my bladder's yelling at me. I'm gonna run an advertisement, so please watch it. You guys probably have nothing else to do except for chat in the chat and watch my advertisement. That's how us YouTubers get paid, is from the ads. So I'll be right back. I gotta pee. I apologize, but give me just a minute. I shall return. I gotta pee a lot. I don't know what the deal is, but yeah, I drink too much, I think. Too much water, too much coffee. Alright, I'm back. So I was reading I'm really supposed to drink about 10 cups of water per day. I probably drink about 3 times that much. Plus a couple of cups of coffee, so I don't know, I'm always thirsty for some reason. I'm not sure why, but that's probably why I gotta pee all the time, because I probably drink more water than I'm supposed to, but for some reason my body's like, hey, give me more water. Alright, let me fill up my gas tank. But yeah, I was on, what was that, MyFitnessPal. It says I'm supposed to have 10 cups a day. That's what it says. Alright, William D says he's trying to drink 2 gallons a day. Now, if you drink too much water, though, that can flush, like, the electrolytes and nutrients out of your body, so are you sure 2 gallons isn't too much? I would think about 1 gallon a day would be the most you want to drink. I mean, 2 gallons sounds excessive to me, but Darker Knight, what's up? He says 457 garages, but 250 full of crap. Sometimes I think I should delete all of my tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 cars. I don't ever use them for anything unless there's that rare occasion where they're needed for an event or something. Slick, I've never bought gold. The only thing I've ever bought in this game were $20 cars, right? I've never bought gold. I've never bought keys. Not that I can remember, at least. At least not that I can recall. Winpoo says, did you notice the anniversary event? It's very disappointing. I didn't see them go into it. I don't know. I haven't really seen any major details about that. Darker Night says 1 gallon of water makes me pee like 15 times a day. Yeah, pretty much here too. Is it on the map today? I don't remember when that anniversary event's supposed to start, but I've heard it was kind of disappointing. Oh, it is on the map. Well, crap. Why does my car look yellow on this map and then orange on other maps? Darker Nights is another Hellcat. Very disappointing. Three, two, one, go. Second Nitros. KB says the prizes are garbage. William D says a total skip. Green Viper says I give up stripping cars. I would go take a look at it, but you know, I think there's probably people in the lobby wanting to live race me. Early, how you doing today? I drive a old Toyota Camry? Is it a Camry? The little one. It's not a Celica, it's not a Camry. A Toyota Corolla. A Corolla, that's what it is. I had a brain fart there for a second. A Toyota Corolla S, that's what I have. Slick says, my Toyota is a turd taco. Darker Knight says, at least there's no paid cars for the anniversary. That's true. Stack says, Monza is crap. Herbert. Stack says, the Monza is crap. So the majority of the cars in the game, I would say the ones that are actually really good are few and far between. KB, out of here. If so, have a great day. Catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. William D, how old is your 4Runner? My Toyota's pretty old. I don't really remember much about the Monza, honestly. There are so many cars in the game, some of them I don't really have a lot of memories of, but I think my Toyota's like 20 years old, actually. Wasn't it my turn to win? Slick says the SRT Hellcat is a turd taco. Alright, Brian's World wants to know, is the Terminero event worth it? Well, I mean, I have a video that goes over that car. I mean, from what I remember, the car was decent, but nothing special. So, kind of. You might want to go check out the video I made for the car because I show you how to drive it, set it up. I do a review on it and everything else. If I remember correctly, the car is decent at best. I don't think there's anything special about the car. It's definitely not one of the better cars in the game. So, I mean, if you don't already have a good tier 5 car, it might be worth leveling that car up. But if you've already got some good tier 5 cars, That's how I look at it. It's not a bad car, but it's not really a great car either. It looks nice, right? It looks great, but performance is just kind of so-so. Now, on the video, like when I make a video for a car, if there's a low upgrade live racing setup, I'll usually show that. And I think it had one that was decent, if I remember correctly. But there's quite a few things you have to look at. You got to look at to see if is it a good live racer? What's the top speed? What's the acceleration? How fast does it run? Does it beat the dyno time? There's a whole lot of things that kind of go into determining if a car is something that's going to be right for you. So it really depends on what you're trying to do with it as well. But is the Atura a good car? Alright, so I think there's two versions of the Atura, right? One of them I liked better than the others. I think the older version, if I remember correctly, I liked the older one better than the newer one, but they're pretty decent cars. I don't know why, but I think the old one was... The original Atura was a really good live racer. Like, it was hard. It rarely lost a race. The newer one can also live race as well, but I didn't like it as much. I thought the old one was crazy good at live racing, and the new one is okay at live racing. But, you know, I mean, everybody likes different things, so there is that as well, but... You know, some people are going to like different things in life, but... Wenpoo says, I got a question. What's your favorite live racing lobby? I actually don't have a favorite. I just set my cars up on low upgrades, and wherever it lands, and... The car either performs well or it doesn't, and if it performs well, then I'm very happy with it. But I mean, me, the 10s, the 11s, the 12s, that's where most of my cars are at, and everything seems to be pretty good at that point. Darker Knight and William D both say the Atura is okay. Alright, so Wenpoo said he thinks the Spider is better. Maybe Melon found a better setup for it than I did. There were some things about the new one that I didn't like. I don't remember if it was the way it drove. I didn't enjoy driving it or something. But yeah, Melon might have found a better live racing setup for it than I did. But whatever I got on the old one, man, it did really good. Oh my god, that's a close race. Oh! Oh! I got him. Alright, so the new 9.6 GTB Ferrari, I mean, you're talking about the purple star one? Are you talking about the purple star one or the golden star one? Alright, so the Proto, I do believe the Proto should be okay for Tempest, but I don't think it's going to be like the best car for live racing. I mean, the Proto, you know, the Proto is okay, I suppose, but it's not super great or anything. Oh, the Golden Star. I don't really remember too much about the Golden Star one. I don't know if that had a good live racing setup or not. I know the Purple Star one was pretty decent. The Golden Star one, I do have a video that goes over the car. So if there was a live racing setup, I probably put it on the video, but I can't remember. I think the Golden Star one came out a while ago. Probably a couple of years ago or something like that, but... Darker Knight says Vin Diesel wouldn't touch the Proto. Who knows what Vin Diesel would do? WWVD. What would Vin Diesel do? I don't know. Remember back in the day, people would say, what was that? What would Jesus do or something? I don't know why, like, that thought popped into my head, but that's what I thought of for some reason. William D says, I don't know, Vin might be a pervert. It's a possibility. I don't know the guy, so I couldn't tell you. Oh, man. Sometimes I wonder what a lot of those actors are like in person. I mean, when you see them on camera, most of the time they're still putting on some sort of an act. They're actors. They can make you see them the way they want you to see them. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's their real personality. Oh my God, William D said he did go to P. Diddy parties. Oh boy. I really don't know which celebrities went to the P. Diddy parties, but phew, that whole thing is just crazy. I would probably try to stay away from the P. Diddy parties. To tell you the truth. The LB Gran Turismo, unfortunately, that's not going to be a car that's not going to win any live races, so I would say no. That's one of those cars that looks amazing, but it's really not in this game. I wish it were, to tell you the truth. It looks so good. It looks so good, but it's so bad. It's just so bad. So bad. So bad. Why did they make it so bad? I mean, that is just so disappointing. Sorry if you guys hear my air conditioner running, but it's hot as crap, and I got the air conditioner at 77 degrees in my room. which is comfortable with the AC on and the Vornado fan circulating air. But if it gets any hotter than that, it starts to get pretty uncomfortable. Yeah, it's almost 90 degrees out there right now. I think we're supposed to hit 97 today. I don't like hot weather. I would rather it be cold all the time. Oh man, Green Viper's in one of my favorite cars. Now, you know what? Back when I said I would take a Honda Civic hatchback, now after seeing this Ring Brothers car here, I might take that back. I might trade that Honda Civic hatchback in for that Ring Brothers. That Chevelle is sweet. But I love Civic hatchbacks. I love Supras. And I love that car right there that Green Viper's driving. That is actually one of my favorite cars in the game, just going by looks. Oh my god, William D, that's nasty. I'm not going to repeat that one. I am not going to repeat that one. Yeah, none of the Vipers in the game are good either, unfortunately. I wish they were. I am not going to repeat that one at all. I'll pass. I'll pass. I smiled in disgust. Now I'm frowning. That was nasty. That's nasty. That's nasty. I don't think I do a very good Cleveland Brown impression, but that's nasty. All right. I'm starting to get a headache. My head hurts. All right. Oh no! Green Viper disconnected. Alright, we got Odom. Green Viper, I don't think I was paying much attention. I hope I wasn't cheating you out of any wins or anything there. What color is my car? Is that an orange? Is that a yellow? Is that a gold? What color is this thing? I can't figure it out because it looks different on different racetracks. I mean, it looked orange in the garage, like a burnt orange, but it doesn't look orange on every track. Morgan says, where is the CSR2 web shop? Alright, so when you're in your garage, on the top left-hand corner, you should see a little thing that looks like a little present, like a gift wrap present. If you click on that, it takes you over to the web shop. So you think that looks gold, guys? That's a gold car? 3, 2, 1, go. It looks so different in so many different colors of lighting, I'm having a hard time telling what color it is. Now on this track, it looks gold. On some of them, it looks orange. The one on the movie did look more of like a gold color, but I don't think it's like a traditional gold. I think it's like gold with... I think it's like gold with maybe like a little bit of orange or bronze or something mixed in. But yeah, I'm not really sure how else you find the web shop. But yeah, they sell stuff online. You can buy stuff on their store. Oh no! Alright, we're going to race the Eagle. Ryan says, House of Colors color. Three, two, one, go. Second nitrous. Now, like on this track, it looks like a burnt orange. Hey man, you weren't supposed to beat me. How rude. How rude. The eagle got me, guys and gals. The eagle has landed. Slick, I do think the Z Proto was a milestone prize car at some point. And I'm pretty sure it was a previous Prestige Cup car as well. Because I've got mine maxed out, or at least highly upgraded, and I wouldn't have done that for no reason. So it must have been a Prestige Cup car in the past. Hey Lucas. Lucas says, one of my dream cars would be an ACR in that something satire purple. Yeah, you talking about the Viper ACR? A purple Viper ACR would be pretty sweet looking. I will agree with you on that. Personally, I wouldn't want a Viper. I couldn't afford to drive it. But Vipers do look awesome. Do I know the time to beat the Prestige Cup? I have no idea. No idea. Probably won't know until the day it starts and we finish it. I'll make a video on Prestige Cup Day, but yeah, I have no idea how fast it's going to be. I'm not sure if anybody gets that information ahead of time or not. I've never seen anybody post early Prestige Cup times. Maybe I'm not looking in the right places. Maybe somebody does, but I've never seen anybody post that anywhere. Alright, Ryan's painted his bike a bunch of different colors from house. So what, you keep painting it? Like you've painted it several different times? Now right there, the car actually looks gold on this track. What was the last Prestige Cup car that was new in the game? Last Prestige Cup car that was new in the game. I don't know. I'm really not sure. I could only take some guesses on that, and then I probably wouldn't be right. I feel like it was one of those new Tier 3 cars. Didn't we have a Tier 3 car recently that was new as the Prestige Cup car? Lucas says Striker purple. Ryan says Tanglio orange twice. So why do you keep painting your bike different colors? Just curious. Do you not like it, or you're just like, hey, I'm ready for something different? Me personally, I would probably paint something once and leave it that color, unless I didn't like it, but Darker Knight says the BMW Tier 3 wasn't new. William D says, or the CLA last. Yeah, the CLA, I think that was a brand new car, wasn't it? Like I always say though, my memory stinks, so I don't have the world's greatest memory. Odom, what happened, man? We've disconnected again. Oh no! Oh no! It's always disconnecting. Alright, so either... I don't know if I got bumped or what happened here. Ryan says, currently the Flash theme, dark red pearl with gold leaf. Like Flash Gordon theme? That would be kind of cool. Morgan says the Z Proto is new Yeah, it's not a new car though. It's a car that's been around for a long time. They're asking about cars that were like not old, that I don't know. My words aren't coming out properly, but a car that's new to the game that's also a Prestige Cup car is what they were referring to. A grudge bike? What's a grudge bike? I don't know what a grudge bike is. I've never heard of that. Now, the bikes I used to have, I don't think I ever painted them. Now, I did paint a bicycle every once in a while. But back when I had motorcycles, you know, I had a little 250cc motorcycle as my first one, and then I moved up to like some sort of Suzuki that everybody thought was a Harley. It was a beautiful bike. It did look kind of like a Harley or an Indian. People would be like, what kind of bike was that? I'd be like, it was Suzuki, and they're like, what? That's not a Suzuki. Like, sure is. But I think they actually tried to make it look a lot like an Indian. Even though the logo on that bike was kind of like a rip-off of the Indian logo. It looked awesome, but I will say the little 250 took corners like crazy, and the other bike felt like a boat. So even though the little 250 wasn't fast or cool, it was super fun to drive. It was really fun to drive. But eventually I got tired of people trying to run me off the road all the time, and I ended up selling the bike. Everybody was always trying to kill me, and, you know, I didn't really like that. I was not a big fan of that, to tell you the truth. Slick says one of the best Prestige Cup cars was the Venom F5 Roadster. I don't really remember that being a Prestige Cup car, but I'm going to tell you what. That is definitely one of the better cars in the game. Hey, there's somebody else in the Supra. This will be interesting. I'm guessing they probably didn't have any parts for theirs either. Alright, let's go do it, Bam Bam. Alright, I gotta drive this good. 3, 2, 1, go. Second nitrous. Alright, good. Almost all of my shifts were nice, except for one. I had one bad shift right there. Oh no! They got more top speed. That sucked. Oh, he ran 12.5s. Alright, so he's got his beating the, he's got his set up to beat the dyno. JD, yeah, I don't think I've ever really watched Street Outlaws. Ryan, I don't know who that is. I mean, I do. I mean, I've seen it once or twice, but I think I've seen that show a total of 2 times, and I think it was mainly just clips from the show. But that's kind of cool, actually. I'm not much of a TV person. I don't really watch a lot of television. It's only 10 o'clock, 10:30. And it's already a lot hotter outside than I would like. William D says the Dark Horse is a good choice. Yeah, that's not a bad car. The Dark Horse is a very nice Tier 4 car. It does a lot of things very well. Slick says, I'm going to get the Dark Horse. Yeah, if you go into collections, there's a Jack Roush Mustang and a Dark Horse Mustang. Both of those are really nice cars. I think the Jack Roush is better for beating Tempest. I think they both have good live racing setups. William D said it's 10:30. Do you know where your children are? Nope. Don't know where any of them are. Don't know where the children are at, because I don't have any. They may be in another like parallel universe, just like ours. There's another me in that universe that has some children, but I don't have any. So, you know, I don't know where they're at. Maybe in universe 12B, I have some kids running around somewhere, or multiverse world 97C, I don't know. You know, I saw a Neil deGrasse Tyson video. He made a video on are we actually living inside of a black hole right now? Now that sounds far-fetched, because my understanding is once you go through a black hole, it pretty much destroys everything that goes through it. It's the theory. And if that's the truth, then I don't think we could be living inside of a black hole. Unless they're wrong about what black holes do. William D says, according to math, there are 11 dimensions. 11? My brain cannot comprehend that. What does that mean? I don't know. 3, 2, 1, go. Darker Knight says, always elite cars you use often. I mean, if you like the Dark Horse, if you got to upgrade it and you enjoy it and you think you want to live race with that, then it's worth it. But it's only going to be worth it if you like the car and you're doing well with it on live racing. Yeah, William D, are you into the string theory stuff? I don't really know much about it, but it's interesting. I don't understand it, but sounds like you're into string theory. I barely even know what string theory is. Except for that guy on that TV show did it. What's his name? Sheldon? Most annoying television character that's ever existed. I still don't really understand why people liked that show so much. That and, so I know a lot of people are going to be mad at me for saying this, but Seinfeld. Most annoying characters that have ever existed were on the Seinfeld show. Except for Kramer, he was funny. The rest of them, Jerry Seinfeld, Elaine, and that fat bald guy were the most annoying television characters I've ever seen in my life. And I hated them very much. I hated Seinfeld. Except for Kramer, he was awesome. I know most people disagree with me and say Seinfeld was awesome, but man, I can't get into it. Alright, William D says string theory is related to gravity and the explanation of the universe. Yeah, but I don't understand it. I thought it was more about like the unusual things like other dimensions and things that they can't prove actually exist. I don't know. When was the last time they made a Tier 2 Prestige Cup car? I'm not sure if we've ever had a Tier 2 Prestige Cup car. I mean, it's possible, but I don't remember ever having one. So I don't know. Does anybody ever remember a Tier 2 Prestige Cup car? William D says I could explain it on the phone. How long would it take to explain it? Like 3 hours? I can't imagine that's like an easy thing to... Maybe it is. I just can't imagine that's an easy thing to explain. Early says, imagine you get to win Rico Rosa's cars. I kind of wonder, like, I had a... So there was a rumor that when Tempest 4 came out, that's probably never going to come out, but there was a rumor that you were going to be able to win some of those boss cars that you can't currently get. But honestly, I don't think we're ever going to get Tempest 4. It would be nice, but I don't think we're going to. William D says it's about as hard as learning to tune for live racing. Well, that depends on the person, right? For some people, learning the tune for live racing is really easy. For some people, it's not. The Bentley Mullliner is terrible. That's a terrible car. It's 100% terrible. I don't think you want to do it. Man, that Corvette looks awesome there. Look at that. I'm going to challenge him. Ooh, yeah. That's a nice looking car. I like that in red. That looks really good. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. There's only like 2 or 3 Bentleys in the game that are good. Almost all of them are terrible. Alright, come on, you can do it, little Toyota Supra. Go! I think I won. What? Bull crap. Donna sabotaged my game. The worst part about that is I did win. But the game voided. So the question is, did the game void for him as well? I don't know. Did we both void or did just one of us void? That's what I want to know. I don't know. Wait, Slick, you want to see? Oh, he disconnected. Oh my god. This game has too many problems. William D says, early grave, I can explain on the Line app. Early says, how does tuning for live racing even work? Well, live racing lobbies are roughly every 0.2 of a second. Right? Live racing lobbies are every 0.2 of a second. So what you want to do is find a car on low upgrades, normally transmission 5, tires 3, nitrous on either stage 2 or 3, and then sometimes you'll put the body up to stage 4 or stage 5. And then you tune it and see if you can get well over 1,000 Evo points on the low upgrades. And then once you find out if you can get the high Evo points, then you go, okay, perfect, this car should do pretty well. Then you try and tune it to the fastest 0.2 of a second. So you either want to be at like 12.0, 12.2, 12.4, 12.6, 12.8. And then you want to run the car at that time. That way the game doesn't bump you and push you into a faster lobby where you can't win anymore. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's kind of the basics of it. Jockman 107. Alright, Jockman is challenging me, and it does... Oh, there it goes. Alright, I'm sorry, Mr. Jockman, but you're in a bit better, so... I'm not sure you're going to be able to beat me. If you do, I will be amazed. Alright, we're about to race the Batard. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my goodness. He better hope he's got some really good top speed because... Yeah. I slowed down a lot and I still won. Sleepy says, Danny, you want to swap? Did you find my lobby, Sleepy? Are you in there? Are you in my lobby? Slick had the Venom F5 running the 7-3 lobby, doing 7-3s and the 7-7s. Yeah, I've never really been into like the huge dyno beating setups personally. I will say the Venom F5 Roadster is sweet. Millions of what? Millions of dollars. Millions of game dollars. I'd imagine. Alright, yeah, sometimes when you get into the Hypermax lobby, I mean, sometimes there are some pretty... What? It didn't work! Sometimes there are some pretty slow cars in there from time to time. My car launch failed, so I'm just gonna go really slow. My car didn't launch on that one. My car is broken, guys. I apologize, but yeah. Alright. Slick said I got 81 million and 56 million in my alt. That's not bad. That's not bad. Only reason I have so much is I'm super stingy. Plus Stacks has been donating some as well, which is pretty nice. When I swap with Stacks, he always hooks me up. Alright, we got about 10 more minutes left on the live stream, everybody. We got about 10 more minutes. Then I get to go and make breakfast. Some company sent me an RC airplane to review on my audio and tech channel, so I'm gonna try and fly that today for the first time as well. Hopefully it flies good. It's a really weird, like, flying wing style. So later this evening, I'm gonna take that out and fly it and see how it goes. And it looks fun. I think we're in the 12.8 lobby. I used to fly RC helicopters back in the day. That was a lot of fun. You guys may have seen some of my like flying videos on my channel, I'm not really sure, but I used to post RC helicopter videos on this channel before I did CSR stuff. I just used to post all kinds of random things on this channel back in the day. Then it turned into this. Do I smoke weed? No. My nose freaking itches like crazy though. I don't know why, but when I'm live streaming, my nose tends to itch a lot. It doesn't really do it except for when I'm live. It seems to be more when I'm on my Warabots channel. My nose itches like crazy when I'm live streaming, and occasionally on this channel, but that's some sort of like crazy Egyptian curse. I don't know. Itchy nose syndrome. Alright, William D just posted a link to our room on the Line app, so if anybody's interested in joining my crew's recruitment room where you can talk to somebody about possibly joining at some point, click on that link. If you got the Line app, join the chat room. Join the chat room. Oh, it just went up to 88 degrees, so it's gone up by 2 degrees outside since this live stream started. I'm almost not looking forward to going outside in the heat. I think yesterday it was like 83 or 85, so it's going to be worse today. Oh man, Slick is having beer for breakfast. That is the breakfast of champions, I guess. Breakfast of champions. What about making millions, Green Viper? 3, 2, 1, go. Sleepy says it's winter for me. So it's cold where you live, really? Are you in Antarctica? It's probably always winter there. Yeah, here I think we just started summer. Slick said it's 64 M in LA. What does the M stand for? Yeah, we got 88 degrees. Three, 2, 1, go. 64 degrees. I don't know if that's what you're referring to or not, but Sleepy's in Africa. Yeah, William D says yesterday was the start of summer. Man, I'm hungry. I am very, very hungry. Time to eat something after this. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to have breakfast. I'm going to go for a walk, do a few things, and Darker Night says it's almost 90. I'm cooking in my own juices here. I don't like summertime, guys. Green Viper says you make millions. What, millions of game cash? If you do a lot of live racing with tier 4 and tier 5 cars and you win a lot of races and you're stingy with it, then you can definitely make a lot of game cash. A lot. Depends on how much you race though, right? The more you race with the higher tier cars, the more game cash you're going to get. I used to have a buddy I gamed with in South Africa for a while. Seemed like a crazy place. Jamie, how's it going? Good to see ya. Unfortunately, you're coming in towards the end of the stream, but still. Ah, you won the Evo? Awesome. That's very cool. Very good. William D says, Jamie, you missed most of the stream. Well, I guess you can always rewind it and watch it again if you want, but unfortunately it is almost ending time for the live stream. Yeah, showdowns have been getting harder lately. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but showdowns have been a lot harder than they used to be. I am like super duper hungry right now. I am hungrier than hungry at the moment. So I'm glad the stream's ending because my gosh, I want to eat. I want to eat everything. I want to eat it all. The bad part is I gotta make something, so that'll probably take me like another 15 minutes. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. I want to eat it all. Green Viper, you're stealing the newbies' money. That's down and dirty. Those poor newbies. William D said, yeah, it's almost to the point where if you don't have the Apex car maxed, just skip the showdown. It is kind of getting to that point, actually. It used to be you could grab one of the cars and do pretty good with it, but they're making it to the point where it's, you know, if you don't have the best car, you almost can't do well in the showdown anymore. If it wasn't for the, you know, the only reason I still run the showdowns is to get the elite tokens. If they didn't have elite tokens in the showdowns, I don't think I would even bother with them anymore. Alright, 13.2 is what I ran. But no, Showdown used to be a little bit more evenly matched, right? You had a decent car, you could do okay. But now it seems like there's one car that's like way faster than everybody else. I mean, they gotta be doing that intentionally. They gotta be doing that intentionally, which I don't like. $17.0. Alright, so we got 2 more things of gas, and that's probably going to be it on the stream. Swaps, thank you, buddy. Swaps. Stacks, thank you for the swaps, buddy. When you're dyslexic, you even say things backwards sometimes. Not only do we read things backwards, but we also say things backwards. I'm surprised I'm able to tell the difference between left and right, honestly. William D says, down tuning is legal, but is it fair? It's not fair, no. Fair, no, but it is part of the game, I guess, so. You can't really get mad at somebody for doing it because it is part of the game. Alright. Let's take a really quick look at that event that's on the map. Let's go take a look at this. Somebody said the anniversary event has popped up on the map. Now, I did not see it this morning. Oh my god, would you stop with the tournament pop-up every 2 seconds? Now my game is frozen up. I see American Legacy. That's an old rerun. So that's another here we go, 9 years. Alright, so 2 of the lock-ins I don't even have. So lock-in number 1, somebody said I think the lock-in number 1 is any car. Yeah, there's a load of stuff for lock-in number 1. I guess it's not any car, but there's a lot of them. So there's a lot of choices for the first lock-in. Number 2, what do we got? There's quite a few choices for lock-in number 2. Most of us have the Huracan. Lock-in number 3. Now, lock-in number 3 is not necessarily as easy, actually. There's less stuff available for 3. Lock-in number 4, same stuff. Man. Lock-in number 5. So if I wanted to do this and win that car, I would have to level up. Oh my god. I would have to... Yeah, this is disappointing. This is kind of disappointing. Lock-in 6. Yeah, this is going to be a pain, actually. Lock-in number 6... Oh, there it is. So lock-in number 6 is this guy. That, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That is kind of like, yeah. Okay, I've done that one. I always double check to make sure I've finished those, because those little things are very important to do for your crew, but... William D, yeah, I don't think I'm going to spend it for that car either. The LBSRT isn't the greatest. Probably not the greatest car in the game, so... I'm not a huge fan of that either at the moment. Alright everybody, I just want to say thank you for coming out to my live stream. I really do appreciate you guys and gals for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching my videos. Now I get to go get something to eat because I'm going to tell you, I am very, very hungry today. Like, much hungrier than normal. My body's like, hey, you best go eat something. And I'm like, okay. Because I'm hangry. I'll be back next week on Friday and Sunday for some more live streams. So hope to see you guys and girls there. Catch you later. Have a wonderful day, and we will catch you next time. See ya.